Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Third Shift. Now I hear you. It hasn't even been 5 seconds to the episode, and you're already yelling at me. You're saying, hey, why is Matt opening this week? It's supposed to be Eric's week to open the episode. And let me tell you why. It's because he's not here. It's just me. Eric went off with his family off to some camping trip. Oh, I'm going to go away for a week. I'm going to go to this fancy camping ground. It's going to have internet. It's going to have all this good stuff, and it's going to work out fine. I'm going to jump on the Discord. We're going to have a great time. Nope. We tried to get on the Discord. It didn't work. He tried to call me on the phone like a human with an actual phone. That didn't work. So he's off in Boondocks, Nowheresville. Who even knows if we're even going to get a report from him on whether he's alive or dead? Maybe he got eaten by a bear. I don't even know. I mean, I do know because he called me, but it was all cutting in and out. So maybe a bear got him at the same time. I don't know. Maybe he's calling from the belly of a bear. I don't know what's going on, but you got me. So it's going to be a short show. And I'm going to say this is episode 198.5. It's going to be a little mini-sode. I'm going to read you the little bits of news that we got. I'm going to tell you the patch notes, and I'm going to tell you how my week was. And that's pretty much going to be it for this week. I could make this like my own whole Persona cast, but I'm not going to do that because Persona casts are more fun with a buddy who loves Persona as well. So what have I been up to this week? Well, I mentioned it. I mentioned the game. I mentioned Persona. I've been playing Persona 5 Royal like a fiend. I'm almost to the actual very end of the game. The in-game streaming cut out at twitch.tv/ThirdShiftMe. If you were watching, then you saw it happen. Going into 12:25, it cut out because that's when the new semester, the new chapter opens up, the super secret bonus ending dungeon and all that stuff. I've been going through that. It is an absolute blast. I really wish Eric was here so we could at least, even in the pre-show, talk about how good the new dungeon is. I mean, he's not there, but I just really want to talk to somebody about it because I won't spoil anything. I won't say any spoilers, but this is like if Persona 5 Royal, which is already amazing and great, and Steins Gate, which is another series and thing that I love, had a baby. Because the emotional stuff that goes on in this new chapter is heavy and awesome, and the fact that you've gone through 140 hours with your friends and now you're seeing this other side of things that are happening. Oh my God, so good. Absolutely outstanding. It makes me feel like sad and happy at the same time because it's so sad and melancholy. Oh my God, it's really good. The whole new dungeon. I was kind of worried because whenever they, oh, hey, here's a brand new dungeon at the end of the game, you don't really know if it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad. Is it on the same level as what was before? Is it going to be like a short and cheapened experience? They did it right with this game. It's amazing. It's everything I could have asked for and more. So I'm playing that, having a lot of fun with that. Also playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. Got my 10th villager just the other day. I think her name is Kitty. She's a cool, like, sassy cat lady. I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. There's not a lot to say about it. Just going around my village, doing my daily stuff, talking to all my island friends, my animal friends, and just having a good time in there. And then also played Borderlands 3, especially with Eric on, Friday night. We got into the Takedown at Guardian Breach. Talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But let me tell you how it went. It went not that great. It didn't go very well. But if we play on Fridays, we drink beers and we have fun. So it didn't go well, but we had fun doing it. I still really like it. And we're going to like it a little bit more here, coming up with what I'm going to talk about in the small Gearbox news segment. So that was my week. I don't know if Eric's going to have a week. If he does, I'm going to drop it in right here. Eric, how was your week, my dude? Oh, I'm in the wilderness. Gosh, I don't know. It's so hard to get internet instead of a cell phone. Sheesh.
Dipping right in. How was my week? Well, as y'all know, because I told you in the intro here, or maybe you didn't because Matt used his own intro, I don't know. I have been having a fabulous week. I had the week off of work, took the family up into the middle of the woods in Michigan here, and I've spent the entire time out in the sun, up in the shade, enjoying the outdoors, fires, s'mores. Y'all know the deal when you go camping. It's what we've been doing, walks, bike rides. We've got scooters up here just scooting around, walking up to the little PX type store and buying goodies now and again. One thing that's insane is because of the whole COVID thing, they've been slow to get everything up and running, and they did not spray yet. So it is unfriendly with the mosquitoes here. Let me tell you, there are thousands of them and thousands more waiting to get past those thousands once they've done fulfilled their destiny by sucking down your blood. And on top of it, it's apparently caterpillar season right now because the trees here are absolutely covered, and I mean covered, I kid you not, with caterpillars falling from the sky on top of your head, body, all over the place, in your drinks. And if you didn't know, all right, when a caterpillar's up there munching on them leaves, he's basically just shooting his poop right out. Bloop, bloop, just bloop, bloop, shooting right out. So there's this constant, like, as these little black pellets just drop to the ground. It's like rain, but it's actually caterpillar poop. So it's caterpillar poop and rain up here in the wilderness, and it's wonderful, it's beautiful. Nothing better than a few of those popping in your coffee in the morning as you're drinking. Just adds that nice depth of flavor. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. I hope all of you could maybe someday come up here with me and enjoy it too. But with that being all said, they are going to be spraying, getting rid of these critters here soon. But we are also leaving here in a couple days, so I won't get to take advantage of the bug-free zone very much. However, it's been great. I haven't been able to get online and play video games with anybody because, well, we're up in the middle of nowhere, no phone reception, no nothing. The internet is like just barely there, just enough to where I'm squeaking this probably to Matt here, and he's going to put together some fabulous episode for you, and it'll be what it is. You got to do what you got to do. You got to enjoy that summer vacation. Game-wise, though, what I have been playing offline is some Control, having a good old time in that. A little bit of Borderlands 3, of course, and, of course, Persona 5 Royal's been in there as well, having a good time, trying to get through that game and put it to rest, put it to bed again, and move on to other games because I have so many I've got to play and get through. It's ridiculous. Plus, Ghost of Tsushima is coming up soon. Game of the year right there, right? Got to play that. So anyways, that's been my week. It's been a lot of fun. I have had just the greatest of times away from work, away from all the bullcrap. Very much needed. So that's my week, Matt. I hope you enjoy listening to how my week was.
So that was our week. In the Gearbox news and snippet segment, we got shift codes for Golden Keys in Borderlands 2. This is still my favorite part of the show, even if Eric's not here to nod his head and go, oh yeah, man, get that loot. So hit up the Twitter, the Reddit, the forums, the Instagram, hit up your preferred shift code provider, get yourself some free loot in Borderlands 2 on any of the platforms you can get it at. You can get it on Steam, PS3, PS4, PS1, PS Classic, Nintendo Switch. Speaking of Nintendo Switch, something else you can get on the Nintendo Switch coming up on the 23rd of June, so just right around the corner right now, is Duke Nukem 3D World Tour. It's launching there. I think it's actually on like a launch sale. A lot of Switch games do that, which I really appreciate, and that's pretty cool, especially for something that's a re-release like Duke. I'm pretty sure that's happening. Don't quote me. If I'm wrong, don't sue me. But if you need some Duke Nukem 3D action, definitely check that out. We checked it out on PS4 when it got re-released there and had a good amount of fun with it. If you liked it the first time, you'll have some nostalgic fun with it the second time. Is it the greatest game ever made? No. Are you going to play it for 10,000 years? No. But it's a fun time. Get it on sale, grab it up cheap, and then play it on the go on your Nintendo Switch. Oh yeah. But one thing you can't play on the Nintendo Switch, I mean, at least now, maybe sometime way further down the road, is another game that slipped under the radar. I think we just missed it on the show. I think maybe they dropped info on it like on Friday instead of Thursday when we recorded it. But it's Tribes of Midgard, the latest announcement from Gearbox Publishing. In this game, you basically play as a Viking in the time of Ragnarok or right before it when gods and giants are fighting each other. And what's really cool about this is, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like Fortnite Save the World a little bit because you're going around, you're harvesting resources, you're building up things like in the debut trailer they showed. You can build up like a town with walls and all these structures and all these cool things, which again, recently that'll put you in the Fortnite vibe or Minecraft from before, a crafting / sort of survival type game. It takes place in like a overhead brawler type perspective, maybe kind of like a Diablo. It looks like a lot of fun. And like I said, there's, harvesting and crafting and all this other stuff. But what really stood out for me is that I read, I think it was on the developer's Twitter, the developer Norsefell, I think it was on their Twitter saying that it is a 10-player co-op, action RPG crafting survival thing. So 10 players. So in a lot of that footage, you can see 5 or 6, and obviously now up to 10 Vikings all working together to take down these big giants or to build these big, impressive, expansive villages. Looks like a lot of fun. They do have a Steam page, so you can wishlist it now. I did see somewhere on that same Steam page, it was like, hey, play it for free. But when I clicked on it, the link was invalid, and now it's like, oh, it hasn't been released yet. So I don't know if this was in early access and is now being a published, fully released game, kind of like We Happy Few was. We'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I am 100% sure that game looks really nice. The cel-shaded graphics really pop. The animations look really nice in the trailers that they've shown so far. So keep an eye out for this. It's Tribes of Midgard. Again, developed by Norsefell, published by Gearbox Publishing, releasing in early 2021 for the PS5. So add that to your PS5 slate of games, because I know you got some. I know you got stuff you're looking forward to. Throw that on there too. Also, like I said, wish listed on Steam if you're into that stuff. Obviously, it's coming to PC at some point because it's on Steam. Check it out, Tribes of Midgard. So in the rest of the Gearbox news, there's not a lot this week. We did have a little bit of shift downtime on the 16th, so just 2 days ago as I'm recording this. And let me tell you, I got the inside scoop, baby. Battleborn 2, it's 100% confirmed. It's going to be launching. No, I mean, we don't really know what this is about. But a little bit of shift downtime. It didn't last too long. I think it was predicted to be a few hours. So if you missed out on some stuff because of some shift downtime, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's back up now. Maybe it was just more, back-end stuff of Borderlands Legendary Collection on Switch, any kind of thing like that. I don't know. We did have it. It's something to mention in the news, I suppose. But one thing that is actually worth mentioning, one piece of actual news, is that the takedown of the Guardian Breach did get patched. I think it was this week, or it was just over the weekend, maybe, like Monday, Tuesday, but it definitely happened this week. Basically, the patch, and I'm gonna quote verbatim, significantly reduces enemy mob health. I didn't have any trouble with it when I played, or when Eric and I played, especially because we had Iron Bear and Mr. Beef and two of us shooting stuff. It wasn't ever hard to get through the mobs, other than the boop and stuff, which I talked about last week. But it was a slog. Even just on, the lower difficulties, took the mayhem down, just to get through it. It was a slog to just keep pumping bullets into these enemies. So if you found it difficult to get through, or if you found it a slog like we did, hopefully the patch has remedied things. I haven't been in it to check it out myself. I was thinking to myself, man, I'm going to play this with Eric over the weekend. We're going to have a few more runs of it. And I forgot he's Wilderness Jones until like Saturday night or something. We might still get a few rounds in. But if you're having trouble with the takedown because of the enemy health, now it's been reduced quite a bit for you.
Me and Matt went ahead and got inside of the brand new Takedown in Borderlands 3. He talked briefly about his experience by himself last time around, but I just wanted to go ahead and chime in. Me and him got on there and played it, and I'm loving it. All right, I really enjoy it. I will say the downside is, we're not pro players. We don't know what the hell we're doing. So we're marching our way through. We're having some issues. We're getting baddies whooping our butts here and there. But we get to the first boss, and boy, Matt was not kidding. The jumping from platform to platform, seeing which ones are open, which ones aren't, that was just a blast. I really enjoy mechanics, as I always hoot and holler about, beyond just shooting face and having the best damage possible. This was definitely not that. Of course, you want high damage so you can burn the boss down as fast as possible, but as long as you pay attention to the mechanics, you can win this fight, and that is awesome. So we'd gotten there, did that, had a whole good old time with it. The downside, though, is, as I told you, getting up to that first boss, it was pretty tough. Some of those baddies lasted a while we're over there shooting face, doing what we do, and then it just felt bad, when you get that nice chunk done, and then just something doofus happens, something weird, and you're getting booped off the platform, can't resurrect, or whatever the case may be, and you die, and you got to do that whole little path again. It just stinks because it's fun and I enjoy it, so don't get me wrong on any of that. But if you die 4 times, the motivation to keep going at that point really kind of just right down in the gutter, because for me, as I always say, time is precious, time is money, and I don't have a lot of it. So if I want to get this boss done, and of course move on to the second boss and see what it's all about. Die, do over, die, do over, die, do over. And, you're talking an hour, about hours time's gone by, and we haven't got anywhere we want to get. That was just like, man, oh, man. And then all of a sudden, my little ticker starts going, Eric, you got things to do. Eric, there's other things you should be doing. You can't sit here for hours doing the same thing over and over again. And that sucks. So with that in mind, I will say that part of it was sad, but the enemies were fun, unique, cool, different. I enjoyed the level so far. Up to the first boss, I've enjoyed everything, the way it's laid out, how you're fighting through there, all that's cool, getting on the platforms and raising them up, and then keeping the ambushers off. All that was really cool, well put together. Had a great time with it. The music was bumping just like it always is. I feel like Borderlands has really found its stride with the music. It's just great. And of course the aesthetics were cool. I haven't got any new legendaries that I can talk about yet, but I'm going to probably put in a really big effort tonight to solo it. I know I said I wouldn't be soloing that game much because I just prefer playing it with friends. But I think tonight I really want to get in there and see if I can just finish it off once and for all and get some good stuff so I can, have something to talk about with it before, the next DLC drops, and I'm supposed to be in there getting everything done. Wow. And, of course, speaking of that, the new DLC's next week. So you're going to be getting the Devil Riders, giving them a little bang for the buck, taking them out. I can't wait. There's a whole bunch of stuff ahead of us right now, and I'm super stoked for it. And I haven't even got done with the Takedown yet, so I'm way behind. And, of course, as you know, everything I was having was wiped, so I'm still a couple points away from max level again. Oh, yeah, it's a whole hoot and a holler. I need to get my butt in gear and get it done. I'll get back on track for sure once I get home. But right now, hey, you got to forgive me. I'm out in the wilderness having a good time with the family. And I don't want it to end because it's precious and fun. And going back to work sucks.
And other than that one change to the takedown of the Guardian Breach, they did release some patches, but there was also pretty much nothing to talk about in those. They increased the damage and magazine size of the Web Slinger Assault Rifle. I have never gotten one of those, so I don't know if it's good, or if I got it, it wasn't better than one of my Atlas guns, and I never used it. And then, okay, you know what? This is one thing that I appreciate. They addressed various grammatical errors in the game. As Grammar Man, as the guy who people go to be like, hey man, does this sound good? Is this grammatically correct? I do appreciate this. I thought there was nothing in the patch notes to talk about. This is the thing that I like. Thank you, Gearbox. I hate grammatical errors. I hate typos. I hate any kind of thing like that. It just drives me bonkers. It drives me batty. It's one of my pet peeves. So they fixed a bunch of those. Thank God. Thank you, Gearbox. I appreciate it. And that's it for this little mini episode. There's not much news. We didn't get a lot of hands-on time with the takedown. But that's pretty much it in the Gearbox news, and I think that's pretty much it for this little mini episode of Third Shift, episode 198.5. So until next time, make sure you guys do get in touch with us because episode 200 is coming up in another week on top of the week that it was going to... You get what I'm saying. Episode 200 is coming. Make sure you guys get your feedback into us, your congratulations, your love. Tell us how much you love us and how great we are. It makes us feel really good. You can do that via the new email, thirdshiftme@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at ThirdShiftMe, or find us on Facebook under Third Shift.
And if you like all that and you check out all that, be sure to also go over to Patreon and check that out because we treat it just like a little tip jar. You said, hey, I had a good time. I laughed at some comment or ridiculous thing Matt and or Eric said. I want to go over there and show my support with financially stuff, the monies. Aye, boom, go over there, throw $1, $2, $3, $5, all the bucks our way. Maybe even that coveted $1 million, in which case we will open up that food line, displacing us from everything we know in life and starting us afresh in this crazy maniacal freaking department store, in which case we will have an aisle full of babies in jars. We'll have the unpatented but soon to be patented cold cocks in there and all sorts of other crazy weird things we've just talked about over the years. If you can't do any of that though, we understand. Hey, you can support us in all the other ways like mailbag questions, thumbs up, 5-star ratings over there on the Twitters and Twitches and all the other things, subscriptions over on Twitch, follows. You guys know the deal. All these simple things, all these simple ways to keep us motivated. And of course, don't forget, it's the 200th episode coming up. Hey, you got to tell us what you love about us. You know, Matt might reiterate a little bit on that too, but I'll tell it to you in case he doesn't. Get over there. Give us some positive feedback. Go and bolster those spirits right up so we're just wrecking into the 200th episodes all rip-roaring and ready to go. And with that being said, I'm all done, folks. You take it easy.
And of course, stick around for the next proper episode of Third Shift, episode 199, actual, with both of us like talking like normal humans, not one of us stuck in the wilderness calling it in on some ham radio or something. I don't even know, but that's going to be on the 26th of June. You can find that episode on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Podbean, on Spotify, and on YouTube. And as I always say, if you like what we're doing, you'd like to help us out, please give us a like, a rating, a review, a comment, a subscription, any kind of good thing on any one of those good services, because it does help us out, and we really do appreciate it. And as always, don't forget to say bow.
sit down.